The Travel and Tourism Organization, Competences, Resources, and Competitive Advantage, Learning Module 1, Chapter 3, Lesson 3. Competence Analysis. Again, competences are attributes such as skills, knowledge, technology, and relationships common among competitors in the industry. They are less tangible than resources and more difficult to evaluate. They may be developed into core competences. Core competence analysis. Core competences arise from unique and distinctive ways that an organization provides the tourism product. They are distinguished from competences. They are only possessed by companies with superior performance compared to the rest of the industry. They are unique to the company and are more complex than competences. They are difficult to copy and relate to fulfilling customer needs. They add greater value to the tourism product than general competences. They are often based on distinctive relationships with customers, distributors, and suppliers, and are based on superior organizational skills and knowledges. Core competences can be evaluated for things like customer focus, uniqueness, flexibility, contribution to value, and sustainability. They are not permanent, rather must evolve as technology and the environment in which a tourism organization exists changes. There are several desired outcomes to an analysis of resources, competences, and core competences. These include to understand the nature and sources of core competences, to identify the need for and methods of adaptation of existing core competences, to identify the need for new core competence building, to identify potential sources of core competences based on resources and competences, and to ensure that core competences remain focused on customer needs. The primary goal is to take one's core competences or distinctive capabilities and turn them into real competitive advantage for the tourism organization. The analysis of value-adding activities. First, value chain analysis. How much value does an organization's activities add to its products and services compared to the resources used in their production? Value is measured in terms of the price that customers are willing to pay for a product. You can increase value added by changing customers' perceptions of the product so that they are willing to pay a higher price for your product than for competitors, or by reducing unit costs of production below those of competitors. The link between value-adding activities, core competences, and resources. Resources form the inputs to the value-adding activities. Core competences and competences provide skills that are necessary to carry the activities out. The more core competences that can be integrated into value-added activities, the greater will be the value added. The value-adding process is shown by the figure below. You have inputs or resources such as physical, operational, human, and financial or intangible resources that are applied to activities that are represented by competences and core competences and skills and knowledge of the organization. And this results in outputs, the goods and services that are provided to customers. The value chain are activities of an organization broken down into a sequence. These include primary activities, those that directly add value to the final product. They may vary among tourism organizations. Support activities add value indirectly by supporting primary activities, and they tend to be common across most tourism organizations. The figure below describes a value chain for a travel and tourism organization. Primary activities may include things like transportation, on-site services, wholesale packaging, marketing and sales, retail distribution, and customer service. Supporting activities may include procurement, technology and systems development, product and service development, human resource management, and infrastructure. The primary activities and their descriptions are shown below in the figure. Activities such as transportation services may be described as transportation to and from the destination and at the destination. An example of how this adds value includes the providing of information to customers, scheduling, gate operations, baggage handling, reservations, and route management. Another example, as you go down the figure, are marketing and sales. That is, making the product available to the market and persuading people to buy. Examples of value added include the production of brochures and their distribution, advertising, frequent flyer programs, and point of sale materials or merchandising. And finally, customer service, installation and after sales support. Customer complaint management may be part of examples of value added here, customer satisfaction monitoring, and speed of responsiveness. Students should be sure to read all of these items to get a sense of primary activities and examples of how they add value. Support activities for travel and tourism organizations also add value. For example, procurement, that is, purchasing, leasing, or renting of services and equipment, may lower prices and result in better contract terms. Moving on down, human resource management, such as recruitment, selection, training, rewards, and motivations, adds value by ensuring a certain quality of employees and managers, ensuring employee empowerment, team working, and the level of training and outsourcing. Again, students should look at this entire figure to examine different types of support activities and how they may add value to the organization. Components of a value chain analysis include the breakdown of all of the activities of the organization, an identification of core activities and their relationships to core competences and current organizational strategies, the identification of the effectiveness and the efficiency of the individual activities, and an examination of linkages between activities for additional added value, and the identification of blockages which reduce the organization's competitive advantage. Other important concepts to consider are core activities. These are activities in an organization which are the most important in adding value to the product or service. Outsourcing utilizes outside organizations for some activities which may add value, such as accounting, maintenance, and others.